It is an important day across the country. Of course, today is Bell Let's Talk Day, so we wanted to check in. How are you doing? It has been a tough year, to say the least. It's an understatement. There's been isolation, social distancing, the loss of so many of our family and friends and colleagues. Are you taking care of your mental health? How are you doing it during these difficult times? Is mental health a topic of conversation at home? How do you bring it up with your parents or with your kids or even with your friends? Let us know on social media. We want to keep this conversation going, and we want to hear from you.
Yeah, it's been, I think everybody's had a tough time. I think the pandemic has done a number on a lot of people. I personally have developed anxiety this year for the first time. Talked about it before. My wife has developed depression. I said, we got a dog. It sounds really...
Oh, I know.
I'm not trying to be glib,
no.
but there's something about this dog that makes me feel really, really good.
Yeah.
I walk her, so we have some quiet time together. But there are these moments where I try to calm her down because she's an excitable dog, and that calms me down. And so that's been helpful.
Yeah, everybody finds a way to do it. I think any pet owner would agree with you. It's, for us, the dog became the emotional glue in our household, right? Like something positive to gather around. I've started asking people just out of the blue, like, how are you? And I found a lot of times I was really surprised at how honest their answers are, which tells me people just want to be asked and they want to be able to talk about it. Because nobody wants to complain. Everybody knows there's somebody worse off than you always, but it's still heavy.
Yeah.
It's still a lot.
Because we're used to asking people in passing, how are you doing? And I think more and more, I think we're asking because we have a goal in mind.
Yeah.
We want to find out.
Kelsey, what are you doing around your household?
Yeah, and well, talking. Like for me, talking has always been the first step, and it's always the hardest step. It's really hard to say I'm scared or I need help. For me, expecting our third baby, postpartum depression has been something that I've suffered from, and the rage and anxiety that goes with it. And that was with my first. And then with my second, we came up with a plan that involved community and being with other people. So now being in a pandemic, expecting our third, I'm like, how am I going to see anybody? How am I going to get the support that I need? And that's super scary. But what I do know is my husband and I are talking about it right now, and we are coming up with a plan, and we're being very honest about it. And I'm saying I'm scared and I'm afraid that I'm going to suffer. And he's saying, okay, so let's keep that dialogue open. And I don't have a solution yet. I know that therapy is one of those things that I have access to, and it's been very helpful. But I also know just talking about it sometimes releases that cage in my chest and releases me from being held by it. So talk if you can with someone. I know it's not possible to always talk with your employer or with your friends or your family. People don't always understand. But even if you can just say it out loud to yourself, sometimes that's the first step.
Lindsey, what about you guys?
Well, I shared this on one of our social media channels, but I was talking like you, Ben. I developed anxiety this year, and I didn't even know that it was anxiety. So that was a big reckoning for me as well, because I thought there was something physically wrong with me. Like I went through the checklist with my doctor and was like, well, I think like I've got some breathing issues. Like I feel this tightness in my chest. There's obviously something wrong. Like it has to be something physical. And it really messed with me for a period of time until we figured out, oh, this is anxiety. This is how it's manifesting in me. Once I made that connection, then I was able to just go, oh, okay. So now I have a reason for what I feel. So let's see what we can do about it. Therapy has been great for me in the latter part of this year. That has really helped me. And I've tried to do it on a continuous basis too, which has been the first time in my life where I've been able to do it consistently and found somebody that really works for me. That was the key too. Because in prior I've reached out and I haven't really connected with somebody, and I've found somebody now, which is really wonderful. And also getting outside. I know you were saying, Ben, with your dog, but honestly, rediscovering the ravines in Toronto, kind of being forced to do that because we can't be anywhere else, is just like, it has been so helpful and magical.
Yeah, and one of the parts of the campaign this year is being able to help other people. And I think that's really important too, because sometimes, anybody who's experienced anxiety or depression knows sometimes you can't even get to that step of being outside or even of talking. So that's why the reaching out piece is so important, because I think sometimes if we just reach out and say, do you need someone to talk? Do you need me to call a doctor? Can I come and pick you up? Those are the things that we all need to help each other out with right now. So it's going to be a really interesting day today. I think there's going to be lots of conversations that we haven't heard before and from people that we haven't heard from before. So thank you guys, everybody, for sharing. I know that we are all in this one together, and we are across the country as well. So Bell Let's Talk Day, make sure you use the hashtag. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.